Hello again, everybody. I hope you're doing really well. We are continuing reading through the Bible. This time we're in Genesis chapter 12. The version I'm reading from is the NIV as usual, and we'll just simply read through chapter 13. Really an unusual and interesting chapter, talking about it's kind of showing and I guess identifying those times when our journey of faith, fully submitted to God, may require stepping away, making a separation from even people who are blood relatives, and that those circumstances have to be clearly and carefully and wisely weighed up, because we need to put God first, obviously, and that God is ahead of our allegiances and our loyalty to family. However, we are never to abandon family because of a feeling of this is very inconvenient, and I want to leave out of because this is a difficult situation that I find myself in with a family member or a group of family around me. Separations have to be carefully weighed, and obviously God has to be all over it. And for it to be, pardon my stumbling around, for it to be God-breathed, and we'll see it is in this case in Genesis chapter 13. So I've just rambled, and it's a very complex situation when you and I apply it to our lives, but it may be required of us at some point in some form or fashion. So let's read, and I'll stop rambling. Genesis 12, chapter 1. The Lord had said to Abram, leave your country. It should be chapter 13, shouldn't it? So Genesis chapter 13, verse 1. So Abram went up from Egypt to the Negev with his wife and everything he had, and Lot went with him. Abraham had become very wealthy in livestock and in silver and gold. From the Negev, he went from place to place until he came to Bethel, to the place between Bethel and Ai, where his tent had been earlier, and where he had first built an altar. How fascinating. There, Abram called on the name of the Lord. Now Lot, who was moving about with Abram, also had flocks and herds and tents, but the land could not support them while they stayed together, for their possessions were so great that they were not able to stay together. And quarreling arose between Abram's herdsmen and the herdsmen of Lot. The Canaanites and Perizzites were also living in the land at that time. So Abram said to Lot, let's not have any quarreling between you and me, or between your herdsmen and mine, for we are brothers. Is not the whole land before you? Let's part company. If you go to the left, I'll go to the right. If you go to the right, I'll go to the left. Lot looked up and saw that the whole plain of the Jordan was well watered, like the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt towards Zoar. This was before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. So Lot chose for himself the whole plain of the Jordan and set out toward the east. The two men parted company. Abram lived in the land of Canaan, while Lot lived among the citizens of the plain and pitched his tents near Sodom. Now the men of Sodom were wicked and were sinning greatly against the Lord. The Lord said to Abram after Lot had parted from him, lift up your eyes from where you are and look north and south, east and west. All the land that you see I will give to you and your offspring forever. I will make your offspring like the dust of the earth, so that if anyone could count the dust, then your offspring could be counted. Go, walk through the length and breadth of the land, for I am giving it to you. So Abram moved his tents and went to live near the great tree of Mamre in Hebron, where he built an altar to the Lord. There he goes again, building another altar of worship and of praise, honor, and recognition and acknowledgement to the Lord. Notice God only informed Abram of the blessing that was coming once Lot had left. So it was a very clear indication of blessing and the right thing before God, that God's instruction and information of blessing and of what was to come took place once Lot had departed, because the blessing was for Abram. So I pray that the Lord would instruct you specifically and encourage you specifically and give you clarity specifically through this particular chapter today. Apply it with all wisdom and all diligence in terms of seeking God, in terms of a decision that you may be facing currently, or something that's taken place in your past as well. Be blessed richly as you lean fully into God and His wisdom and His love for you today. Bless you.